also bring in real quick Austin, who was actually watching the game with us.
Mm-hmm.
Austin, welcome to the show. Austin, what'd you think of the game?
I thought it was a good game for the USC offense for the most part, other than that one pick that Rick pointed out. The defense, it's got some work to do still. I mean, the run defense didn't look too stellar, but we're 5 weeks into the season, and it'll get better as you guys go on. And I agree with you, Tony and Rick. It doesn't matter what the point spread is, as long as you win, that's all that matters.
Yeah, I mean, we can play like Excel models with point spreads if we want to play Vegas casino games. Those are fun. But
yeah, I can't just talk about the defense too. I mean, we're on week 5, I guess week 5 now of Grinch and that defense making exceptional second half adjustments.
They did, didn't they?
Yeah, I mean, I know what Rice. They put up that 14 in the first half. And they didn't move. I don't think they scored the second half. Stanford went, berserk that first half, and they got a couple late touchdowns in the second half, but we stopped them. And then Fresno State, obviously, Hader going out, but just every single game has been adjustments after adjustments, and what we went through the last 5-6 years, it's really good to see that. I mean, I wish they would make kind of some adjustments in the second quarter, but I mean, we can't just turn a blind eye to what that defense is doing in the second half of all these games.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Great teams know how to adjust. That's the thing. Like, you look at the Alabamas and Georgias of the world, they know how to adjust. And Lincoln Riley and Alex Grinch is getting this team to adjust in the second half. And they're learning on the go, because this is an all new thing for Lincoln Riley and Alex Grinch. They're learning along with these kids. So for him to make the second half adjustments that he has, fantastic. If they can continue that, sky's the limit for them.
And by the way, this is something really cool. Gixer was at the game just telling us before the game, the team joined with Coach Nichols' family for a group photo. Yeah, that was not on TV. That's really cool. I don't know if you guys know, Coach Nickel came over with Coach Riley and very sadly was sick and passed away before the season, late last spring. And people, I never met him, but people loved him and said he was just a really, really phenomenal guy, and his passing was really, really tragic. So that's really, really cool that they did that. Sorry, guys, didn't mean to interrupt. What do you guys think about coming up? We got Wazoo next week.
I think it could be a tough game. And defenses could be the key in that game. Who makes some turnovers could win at the end.
Yeah, I mean, I think historically, USC is really, not historically, I mean, at least the last 10, 15 years, I mean, kind of just going back to Vic Chug, running quarterbacks have absolutely just killed USC. And this guy that's at Washington State right now, I mean, he's good. He's really, really elusive. He's kind of got that Caleb Williams like wiggle it up. He's not as big, but it's definitely going to be about the defense to kind of keep their eyes and keep their responsibility. I'm really worried about Shane Lee, or I think that's his name, Sean Lee or Shane Lee, covering out of the backfield, because I don't know if you guys heard the broadcast today. I kind of remember some of that E.J. Smith, coverage too. But he was just getting burnt, on some of those coverages, and I think Washington State's really going to exploit that because they like to run all that middle of the field, out of the backfield stuff. So it's going to be difficult, and it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, Shane Lee got exposed on at least two plays. You bring up a very good point. And one was on a touchdown. So that's on film. And Shane Lee's a great player, but picking up a running back out of the backfield, not his strength. Mismatch.
And guys, for those of you guys who watched the game, Roger Dodger brings up something actually Austin and I were talking about earlier tonight, actually, which I couldn't tell. When the Arizona State player blasted Caleb Williams with the water bottle, and he's saying, was there no penalty on that? I couldn't tell. I was trying to look at Caleb Williams' face to see like if he was laughing. I mean, if that was like, kind of like done in jest. Because remember, guys, a lot of these players know each other. So I can't tell whether that is like a shameless thing that should be like really smashed down, or if that was just like two guys like kind of joking around to each other. I honestly couldn't tell.
Somebody got a personal flag on unsportsmanlike comment or unsportsmanlike play, like I don't know, week 2, week 3 from a totally different game. We're doing the exact same thing. So yeah, I think if the ref would have saw it, it would have been a flag. But I think like you're saying, I mean, these are people that really know each other, obviously. So I mean, it would definitely have been a flag though if the ref saw it.
I mean, yeah, exactly. I mean, I think about like when I was in high school, my best friend played for our like enemy team, and I totally would have sprayed him in the face with the water bottle and laughed about it, and he would have laughed back, and I couldn't tell what exactly was going on with that. Roger says Williams was on the field. He had gone into the sidelines, like into those guys, and was talking to them, and then as he was going back, like he was still facing them and talking with them as the guy like kind of sprayed it, and that's it. It looked to me like what friends would do, because I think that he would have been really kind of ticked, like if that hadn't happened, like like if somebody did that and you were mad at them, like I think you would have had a little different reaction. But who knows? Who knows? Maybe we'll find that out in the paper tomorrow. I think that's going to be a really kind of interesting little thing to see. We'll see if Tim knows anything about that when he comes in.